How about you guys? How do you make decisions under pressure? What would you do in this situation?
Leadership under pressure is not analysis paralysis. You have to act. In any pressure situation, you have to compose yourself. How do you get physically stronger for peak performance? This is much more than sleeping, eating, exercising. This is how you control your psychology and emotion. How do you fight and when? Move from analysis to action. Fill the vacuum. Say something.
Good, he's breathing again.
Divorce emotion. These are the key points for leading and performing under pressure. You will benefit because these steps will help you the next time you're under pressure.
Dr. Bose was able to incorporate the war-life situations that he faced during deployment in Iraq, and he was able to apply that into a work-life setting here at headquarters at Discover Financial Services.
The story of former U.S. Army Dr. Sudip Bose.
Dr. Sudip Bose.
Dr. Sudip Bose.
And read about Dr. Sudip Bose's story in today's edition of the Daily Herald. This guy treated Saddam Hussein.
New details on that deadly accident between a train and a parade float.
They jumped off that trailer. They were able to help tie tourniquets and stop bleeding vessels. I couldn't have done it without their help.
They just began attacking us. We had to try to provide the care, but at the same time having stones thrown at you, you're getting attacked by mobs. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's just realizing there's something greater than that, going forward and doing your job.
Split-second decisions are made. It's protocols that are made years in advance. So trauma care is very protocol. It's almost cookbook. I mean, you have to stay in order because it's very easy to see something extremely distracting. It's important to stay on the mission and stay focused in trauma care. After my experience on the combat zone, it helped me learn to focus on the mission. It helped me learn that, even severe obstacles, in most cases, can be overcome.
The blades of a copter whipped hard. He was coming. The area was cleared. A few key personnel remained. 6 soldiers armed with M16 rifles. Aside an elderly man in a wheelchair, blindfolded and restrained. I'm Dr. Sudip Bose, and this next patient is quite possibly my most important test of decision-making under pressure.
You take us to that moment, and then we're with you right then and there, like it's almost as though we were there with you.
The ground shakes beneath my feet. The dry, acrid desert rushes my mouth. The hot dust burns my nose. The dust settles. The hazy silhouette of bodies, people, everywhere. Triage begins here.
There's a unique quality about Dr. Bose because not only is he a phenomenal speaker, he's out there speaking on a great cause. He can take whatever your topic is and he can make his talk fit your topic.
Stories that you share, the experiences that you go through, they may be different in nature, but philosophically, they do have a universal meaning when it comes to dealing with certain situations.
As difficult as this decision is, I have to let him go to save the maximum number of lives. Recognize when to let go.
I feel that I will be able to make tough decisions, and I have a few personal decisions that I have to make, and I'm going to apply this method.
Life's hard. Obstacles are thrown at us every single day, but it's how we handle the situations and how we jump over those hurdles.
The group with the cuts and bruises. They've been hit badly, but they're walking. They're talking. They are screaming, but a doctor can't be distracted. They need care, but not urgently. Recognize what can wait.
How difficult is it? Because you see shows and from a stress standpoint, it looks like it has to be just one constant situation after another.
Can you carry the load? Can you do everything? And this is the essence of triage.
It's amazing how Dr. Bose's experiences on the battlefield or in the emergency room can really be applied to many of the obstacles that face our own employees. Learning the value of teamwork, being able to prioritize, dealing with chaos, making tough decisions.
you know, we can look from a 10,000-foot view, or we can get down in the weeds. And I don't know at your particular institution how to get in the weeds and how to fix your problems. Like, you're gonna have to fix that on your own, but I'm hoping to give you kind of lessons that you can use.
This is how we did it. This is how we do it in the emergency room and in combat.
You have to be very controlled as an individual. And yet, as basically a leader, as a doctor in the ER, there has to be a way where you can delegate and make sure the priorities are taken care of, right?
Correct. Let's look at the anatomy of a decision under pressure. What physiologically is going on in our bodies? The brain. The first second the brain receives an impulse, the catastrophe has occurred. The message transmits to other areas of the cortex. How do we control our anatomy so that we can make better decisions under pressure? We have an inner army in our brain, and those soldiers, they kind of look like that. These soldiers, they're fighting those dopamine surges from the primitive brain so we can make the best decisions under pressure.
The other thing he does is he takes information and really simplifies it down so that the audience can really understand it and take away something from his talk.
This inner army has a general. That general, salute that general. It's our frontal lobe, the area that controls logical and rational thinking.
He's incredible. The way that he was able to engage with the audience and bring his real world experiences to the room was outstanding.
The NCHS yearbook, class of 1992. Sudip, remember that job at Little Italian Pizza? You were the doughboy, remember? What possibly could you learn from making pan pizza and thin crust? What possibly could you learn?
But what he talks about can apply to anybody. Anybody, from a mother with 5 children to a CEO of a company, or to someone who's working 3 jobs and just trying to get it all together.
Dr. Bose was amazing today. It was great to hear his talk. He was very inspiring and was very engaging, kept everyone upbeat and motivated for that entire hour and a half.
He showed us kind of step by step with his real life anecdotes how to handle and be prepared for certain situations.
He gives you so much more than you expected to get when you walk into that room.
It was amazing on how many key points that he used in leadership that I'm going to be able to take back to my corporate clients and probably be able to enact right now.
So the next time I'm under pressure and under stress, I can utilize some of his teachings that we got today, and that's really going to help me in my life.
It's how to thrive, not just survive, but thrive under pressure.
I'm going to use this because it's going to help me keep a cool head in every situation.
And one day, grenades will fly in your world, whatever that trauma is.
That layered approach, it's profound. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
These decisions lead to habits, and habits lead to character. I'm Dr. Sudip Bose. Thank you for your attention. Keep your inner army strong.